Hi everyone, welcome back to CrochetRocks. It's Tracy and I'm going to do another open with me, and this time it's inside crochet, and it does have this little free gift which is a hoop. And I think let's just get it out. Here we are. Already cut it so I didn't have to struggle. So here's the inside crochet. This particular edition has a beret on the front, a round bag, which I'm not sure if I like the way they've done the edges. I did one once where it wasn't like that. There's a big basket, which doesn't look too bad, and a cowl or little shawlette, a big cardigan, and a blanket. That is actually a blanket. They're a bit... thing I don't like about this magazine, which I've noticed already, is they do an awful lot of small pictures and small little write-ups. It's very, very concise, if you like. And as you get older, that is a bit of a pain. Plus, a lot of the print is not bold. So I had to go get my trusty specs. So I'm going to put them on. Look like a oh, it's a bit dirty. So I say look like a mad scientist, but I look like a, might just be like steamed up because it's pretty cold. Gary's got all the windows open and doors. He's doing the kitchen. So if you hear any odd noises, it's because he's doing that. So, oh no, that's better. So here we are. The hoop is the free gift, and I'll show you if I can find. There's a little picture of a mandala there. I think that might be one of them. So let's see what we've got on the inside. Welcome. And a little thing of paint box yarns, little advert. There's lots of adverts, as you might expect. So a little bit of a welcome too. And then the first couple of pages, there's lots and lots of small little prints and little articles and stuff. Now I think all of these here are all of the patterns that are in this book, and I did have a little thumb through beforehand, and I couldn't figure out how they worked this magazine, what their kind of vibe was. So how it works with this is they tend to do all of the front part of the magazine is the magazine, with a few adverts of what's to come. And then at the back, it's all the patterns. So it kind of threw me when I was looking through it, that it was all just like pictures, pictures, pictures. And that was all. But there is a few things in here that's quite intriguing, because there's this like hanging fruit bowl that looks quite interesting. I don't think I'll make it, but I think it looks quite interesting. And there's this that was on the front cover. That was like a pullover. Then I don't know what that is. The pictures are so small. That's one of my criticisms, is everything in the beginning of this magazine just seems so small. Oh, that was a picture showing the beret. What was that one then? A cowl. It doesn't look like a cowl. It's probably like around the shoulders, but you can't see it. So that was a bit pointless. So then you get in, the pages stick together on this as well, and they have lots of little articles, and they are small, but it's little bits in the loop. It's called blogs, books, reviews, events and interviews. So it's just a little piece on everything of that I've just mentioned. So cows and courses for spring. I don't know. There's nothing that shouts out that they're advertising, oh, this is by so-and-so, this is by so-and-so. I think you'd have to read it, and it's very time-consuming to do that. So I won't be doing that for you now. But there's little adverts here for, say, this lovely kind of spring yarn, an Etsy store selling these hooks. They're £12 a piece. I don't know if they're my cup of tea for £12 a piece. And these are all just adverts. They're not in the magazine. And there's lots and lots of yarn adverts in here. There's a piece on someone called Sabrina Summers who does amigurumi. The patterns are not in here though, but I believe she's Etsy. So there's lots of, they advertise a lot of people. Burst of Colour, showing you all about hand-dyed yarns. The magazine part of this magazine doesn't really grab me. There's a recipe, which I didn't expect, and that is for easy spinach mac and cheese, serves 4. So that's a little different in a crochet magazine. Didn't expect to see that. And then there's lots and lots of adverts for hand-dyed yarns, or Tutti Frutti Pram Garland, Cotton 8 by Sheepies, the cardigan that was in the last one by Karen, and then books. They're doing a little lowdown on books. Zoomy Garumi, so lots of zoo animals if you're into that. And there's these books here: Learn to Crochet Top-Down Beanies, Crochet Animal Slippers, 100 Micro Crochet Motifs. So they're advertising, like giving the lowdown on a few books. And I've seen that one before somewhere, maybe on Amazon. I've been browsing. Then there's a piece about combining textures, and although it looks really nice, the pattern's not in the book. It's just a little piece on combining textures. So that's that. And that goes on berry textured cushion pair. So I kind of looked and I thought, oh, it's this cushion, but it's not. It's these round ones, these round cushions, which I'm not really keen on. Not really keen on those. And though there's so that pattern goes on past the next page. And then there's the usual, there's lots and lots of little adverts in here for yarns, yarn companies, smaller ones, I guess, that are just trying to make it through. What's this? Pastel Perfect. So again, I looked at this and I thought, oh, this is going to be the pattern for this sort of pullover. Then I turn the page and it's just more pictures. So this is where you get bigger pictures of the items that are in this book further on. So there's the cardigan, and there's the beret. You couldn't really see much of the pullover because of her hair. And then you've got this little top. I think it's another jumper. I'm not keen on this particular collar. It's a bit you'll see it when you get closer up. It looks very tatty. I think it looks like you don't know how to finish your crochet properly. I like this though. You know me, I don't like overly holy things, and that does look quite nice. What else have we got? Here's the throw. More adverts for more yarns, more yarn companies. This is the throw that's in the magazine. There is a better picture of it further along, but it's got a lot of loops, which I think could get easily caught on stuff. Actually, you can see it if I hold it up. See all of these? I feel like they would get caught, especially if you've got kids and they like to pull your blankets around, like grandchildren. All these, lots of chain and secure it, and then chain and secure it. So you get all these like loops along. So I just feel that that might pull. So there we've got the bag. I did make one very similar to this once, but mine was better around this bit. Don't like that bit at all. These are the things you can make with a hoop. There's that. There's one where it's horizontal. There's the fruit basket. It's nothing to do with the hoop. And there's the mandala. Quite pretty mandala, but I think regarding this hoop, I wouldn't use it for Easter projects. Then also, there's another blanket, which is made like with squares. And what else do we have? There's the basket, nice big basket, but it's got lop ears. So they've kind of done a big basket, but made it Easter by putting lop ears. There it is close up, get quite a lot in it. And that's really all about that particular basket, all of those. And these square things, which we'll come to in a minute because that's not a very good picture of them. Then there's a whole piece on how hand-dyed yarns and how to pair them up with solid colours. I would have thought that's just a matter of what you fancy does you good. And that goes on for a few pages. And this Rhapsody, Stitcher Rhapsody shawl. And I believe that pattern is in there, and that's pretty. I like that. And there's all the instructions sort of thing. I'm just going to show you. There's the pattern. So that's pretty good. I like that. That's nice. And then we've got lots of little pictures again of all the things. We've reached the Make It section. And I know that because it says it. So these are all the patterns, even though we've just had a pattern, didn't make it into the Make It section. But here we go. This is the Make It section. So they're very small, those pictures, and we'll see what they're like when we get further in. So this is the flower puff top, and there's a lot of things that are made with these flowers that are attached together like this, like a blanket or a cushion cover. But whether I'd have a top that's that chunky, because they really, really are chunky flowers, but I don't like the sleeves. Again, I said it in the last one, they don't tend to taper the sleeves very much. Now, when I looked at the pattern, because this is quite lazy, it's just squares and rectangles sort of thing. But on the next page, there is a sleeve, and it shows you that they are tapering the sleeve, but it's still very baggy, and you can see the back of this. It's not bad, it is quite pretty, but I think I prefer when I've seen that made as a blanket or a little rug. So yeah, not really me. So this is another little tunic, forest tunic, and it starts row 3, so I don't quite know. It maybe is it, but it doesn't look like it. That's confusing. That does not look like that. And it starts, I'm not blind as a bat, it starts row 3. Maybe it makes more sense as I get into it. Maybe the part 1 is somewhere else. Oh no, that sleeve is for this workwear jumper. I haven't seen a pattern for that workwear jumper. I have no idea what they're doing. Frosted neckerchief, okay. So this is the Ostara cowl. That's the one that I said I quite like the look of. It's small, so it's more of a scarfy cowl, really, not like a shawlette. And it does look quite nice because it's not overly holey. So I like that. And there is a pattern for that. I have no idea what those parts of patterns are for. Maybe they're things they've been doing in the magazine over the week, so I have no idea, months. So then there's more yarn adverts. And there's one here that's quite intriguing to me. BlackSheepWools.com, Black Sheep Craft Barn Shop. They've got lots of illustrations of blankets, but you know, I guess it's just showing, doesn't show the yarn as such as makes. So then there's a digital version of this. Digital subscriptions start from as little as $19.99 for 6 months. But obviously digital, you don't get any free gifts because they're digital. So this is the New Beginnings t-shirt. So that is classed as a t-shirt. I don't like those sleeves. Sleeves have to be either just short sleeves or 3/4 length sleeves for me, or very like this where you've got a cuff and it's not moving about. But cap sleeves, I think, if you've got thin arms, make your arms look fatter. So if you've got a little bit on the chubby side, well, just make you look huge. So anyway, it's a nice little, I wouldn't call it a t-shirt because it's made with wool yarn, but that's what they're calling it. But it's a bit high in the neck for me, but it doesn't look too bad. I don't like things too high in my neck, although this is it's baggy, so it's fine. But any higher or any tighter, I'm not keen. Makes me feel a bit like I'm being strangled. So this is nice. This is a Country Walks cardigan, and it is a nice big cardi. That isn't bad. And the sleeves, they turn up. They're not ridiculously baggy, so they're fine. See, why don't they do that with most things? And this is what it looks like in sections. That's the bottom, sleeves, and this is the back. I like that. I don't wear cardigans that much, but if I was going for a walk, then I might take that with me. That's pretty. I like that. Then we've got Yarn and Colours advert. And we've also got the pattern for the spring beret. There's the Yarn and Colours ad. But that's the beret. And it actually does look really nice on top. I don't wear berets. I don't really wear hats. I might wear the odd beanie, but that's the top of it. It looks quite pretty. Not that unless you're really tall, you're not going to see it, are you? More yarn adverts for different companies, which, you know, I am reviewing them slowly, so that might be nice. This looks good. This reminds me of the yarn that I just purchased from, a little bit of a cross between the yarn I've just purchased from Wilko and the yarn that I got from Sirdar, which was Stonewash Denim. That kind of reminds me of a bit of a cross between the two of those. It's just called Durable Yarn. And these are the little square thingies. Now, they're just called Easter Buddies or Easter Friends. What are they called? Sweet Easter Friends. They're just, to me, cushions with ears and legs and little weird flappy arms. So they don't necessarily say Easter to me. Just because they've got kind of rabbity ears doesn't really make them Easter. They just look like cushions. So, yeah. But there's a little pattern for those. They're kind of basic squares, so that should be good. Now, this is what I was trying to tell you about this collar. I know there's going to be people who love this collar, but to me, if I made that and I wore it, I think those edges, I would feel, made it look like I couldn't finish off my crochet properly. It just looks a little bit too tatty. It also looks a little too big. It reminds me of the 70s, you know, the big old collars and lapels. So it's not really my cup of tea. I prefer the collar that was in the previous magazine, which was nice and neat. But, you know, it's your preference, really. So these are the hanging baskets that they've used as fruit baskets. And they do look kind of different. When I saw the picture first off, I thought they were more solid. But you can see they've got kind of a fretwork vibe going on. But yeah, they're not bad, actually. That's quite different. I've not seen anything like that before, so that's a bit intriguing. Don't think I'll make them, but I do appreciate them. So this is the Painter Sprinkles blanket. This is the chart for it, and you can see there's lots of chain and secure it, chain and secure it. And all these little lines just mean, to me, too much that will catch on anything, including little fingers. And here's a picture that's very close up of what I mean. I just feel that unless you've got a house where you don't have any children come and it's just going to sit there looking all pretty and decorative, then that will end up getting pulled and loopy, and it won't look as pretty as that for long. But it is nice, don't get me wrong. It's not an ugly blanket. Unlike the bag, which I do feel they have missed a trick with the sides there. It looks a bit, I don't know. They could have done so much better with that. Maybe I've made a few of those in my time. Maybe I'll do one day. And this is the bit where we see the mandalas. So what they are doing with the loops, that hoop that they gave us. That's pretty. I like that, but I don't really do Easter decorations, you know, or spring ones, should I say. That's using it horizontally and making flowers to go around with big long streamers. That's what it looks like hanging. Pretty, but I'm not going to be making that. Then they do one that's a bunny. So it's got big ears, no bunny face or anything. Well, actually it has, it's pink. It's very pale pink, hard to see. But I won't make that either. So when it comes to this, I will save this. I'll save this for Christmas and I'll make a Christmas decoration, because I put up Christmas decorations. I don't put up decorations any other time. So let's have a close look at the free gift to grip that pint of the book. Here we are. So, ow, straight away, straight away there is a crack in that. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera. You see it there? Crack. And it's slightly raised there, and there is a sharp bit which will give you a splinter. That's really quite sharp. Other than that, it's just a ring, you know, just a ring. There's no thing that clamps it together or anything like that. For like, it's embroidery, I know, but how would you secure this if you don't have one that slots in another? I don't know. Never used one, but I'm not keen. I'm not particularly pleased about that. That's quite sharp, and you can. That's not good. It's got a nasty crack and it's sharp. Be okay once it's covered over with crochet, I guess, but you know, hurt yourself. Get a splinter quite easily with that. Oh, I feel a complaint coming on. We'll see. So then, the Wool Warehouse is a double page spread. Now, I love the Wool Warehouse. I've ordered from them a few times, and each time I have been very pleased. The yarn arrives really timely, nicely packaged. The only reason I haven't ordered from them lately is because I'm giving other yarn companies trials and reviewing them as I go. So, but I will do another order for the Yarn Warehouse. They do have some lovely yarns. And unlike the other company, where they just showed you all the makes, they are actually showing you yarns and hooks. And they're all the brands they stock. So, I have to say, I was really pleased with the Wool Warehouse. And there's a 10% off everything with a discount code of IC133. As if you don't have the magazine, you want to order IC133. Discount code gives you 10% off. So there's a Floral Pop Blanket, which is the one that was shown on the bed. Not the size of the bed, I hasten to add. Is if you straighten it up, it just won't be drapey. But this is a sample of the squares that are involved in that. And there's like the charts and the instructions, which isn't a bad thing. So some people like the charts, some people like the instructions, but I often find if you struggle at any point with an instruction, at least you have a chart to fall back on. And there is a picture of how they've worked the different motifs in the pattern. And that's good. An overall picture of where to place them. So that's not bad. Now, the other day, somebody asked me what a swift was. So that's a swift. And why? So they also said, why is it also called an umbrella? Because it opens up like an umbrella, but obviously an umbrella is like not as technical. But it's they shut down and then they open up, and then you put your hank around them like this, and then if you have one of those yarn winders which make it into a cake, you can just do it, or you can just do the ball. So that's the swift for the person that asked me. Lots and lots of more adverts for Yarns Are Addicted to Me. Ever think that? Tribe Yarns Life. Tribe Yarns Life. A store in Richmond Hill or online. And that's what you've the advert. Lots and lots of adverts in this for different yarn companies and bits and bobs. Darn Knit Rainbow Fusions, the Paw Ply Yarn Company, and the monthly crochet subscription box. See, lots of ads. This one, subscribe today and receive the Brilliant Crochet Iconic Woman book for free. So this is if you subscribe to 12 issues for £55 or 6 for £29. For 12 months, you will receive each issue for £2.40, less than other cover price. A lot less than cover price. It's £7. So £6.99, but I never say it's 99p. So, and it's got free postage and packaging. So by subscribing, you do save a fair bit. Whether you get the free gifts or not, I have no idea. So this is the iconic women crochet book, and basically it just looks like different amigurumis wearing different iconic uniforms or clothing. I don't know if that one at the bottom is meant to be the queen or not. I can't quite work that one out. The one with the hat. What do you think that is? Look, do you think that looks like the queen? But we've got nurses, police women. What is that? Is that one wearing a headscarf? So, you know, it's kind of different iconic women of all shades and creeds. If you're into amigurumi and you like crocheting women, that's your book. So this is the big basket. It's called bunny basket because it has ears, but that's about all that's bunny about it. It's just a basket. I'd like to make the basket without the ears, to be honest with you, and use it all the time and not have ears. That's fine. I don't see what the point of having ears. Just so that you can call it an Easter basket, I guess. But that would be good. You could put loads in that. And it's got its little Easter friends, which basically are squares. And anyway, yeah, that's the basket. Nice basket, nice and big. Quite like the basket. Not necessarily the ears. Although there would be a way of carrying it, I guess. Here's a close-up. See, it's got quite a lot in it. It's quite deep. You can get a lot in there. For me, though, ears are unnecessary. And even more yarn suppliers, workshops called the Slip Stitch, Willow Knits, and Foxtrot Yarns. Loads and loads. Oh, and there's more on the other side. Can you believe it? Loads of them. Look. Just all advertising in here. So the next issue has got some very odd looking afghan. I don't know what that looks like. If it looks like just textured squares or if it's got some kind of furry vibe. Can't quite work it out. That's what I mean about the small pictures. The pictures are too small to really work out. There's also a cowl. I know, cowl, shawlette thingy. So yeah, I find it very difficult to sort of work out what their pictures are about because they're small. They're not bold enough. They should have had the picture of the sort of showing it in its glory. So custom orders for stitch markers and crochet hooks look kind of snazzy, probably kind of pricey, and more adverts. And this one, I thought, oh, that's a nice pullover, apart from being a bit baggy in the sleeve as usual, but it's not actually a pattern in here. This is the teach bit where they will show you how to get started, the main stitches, and if you find it easy to follow these diagrams, I never did, not that I used to really need them. Treble crochets, fastening off, counting stitches, shaping, colour work and tension. So there's lots and lots of bits if you feel you need to read it. And then we've got working in the round, abbreviations and conversions, all the usual stuff that you usually find, charts and keys. And then a world in miniature, a chat to Quani of Studio Mania about her journey into the world of crochet design, and Sam starts. What that means. And then more yarn ads. But this is like a piece on this young lady who I have no idea who she is, but then perhaps I will once I've read it. Last advert for Sheepies. So that's the magazine. Well, as I said, £6.99, well, £7, all but 1 pence. I never think about £6.99, just makes it, they do that to try and make it sound cheaper because the word six comes into it, but in all intents and purposes, it's £7 for the magazine and a lethal free gift. So tell me what you think, worth it or not. It'll be in, just let me know in the comments section what you think of Inside Crochet. We will keep doing these. We'll review these magazines as and when I get them. What do you think? Yes or no? Subscribe or not? You do save a lot of money by subscribing, but whether that free gift will come your way or not, obviously it won't if you do it digitally, but will it if you subscribe? Don't know is the answer to that. These can't be expensive to buy in any case, but it is nice to have a little freebie here and there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe everyone, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.